tale to regale you all with about today. But alas, I do not. To be totally honest, I went to bed last night at midnight, Saturday night, minding my own business. Yes, I'm not looking at the sunset, so everybody else can see the sunset, because I think the sunset is such a, I just love a sunset. I feel like they, I don't know, it's like all the secrets of life are hidden in a sunset, you know? Because it's the end of things, and we always think like the end is sad, but the end is so beautiful. Maybe I'm exhausted. I went to bed last night at midnight, woke up at 8:30, pondered getting up and going to church, and thought, you know, I have a headache and I'm kind of tired. Went back to sleep until 1, went back to sleep until 5:30 p.m. and then 7. So I've been up for 30 minutes. It really is pretty, isn't it? Pretty. Oh. Be like, you're depressed. You're something. You know what I am? Tired. I am tired. I have been parenting teenagers now for a while, and they have worn my fanny. They have worn my fanny out. It's official. It's official. Oh, your child ate a magnetile. Well, you know what I was thinking was, so we have a 10-year-old with autism, and then we have 3 teenagers, 18, 17, and 15. And when they were little, like right now, this time of the day, 7:30, right? You're getting everybody in the baths, you're getting ready for school. Back when you were, you know, Johnny on the spot, you probably emptied out the backpacks on Sunday night. Now you don't do that. You don't do it till Monday. But, and it was so tiring, like physically tiring, you know, you're just, you know, trying to get it together, hold everything together. Well, now it's not like that. Old Mom Sunday night. Yeah, it might be early Old Mom Sunday night. Now, these teenagers are not in your space, or they're not in my space. And I had no idea how exhausting it would be parenting people that didn't live with you. Well, you would think it'd be easier, but it's not. Isn't that strange? Probably every mother on the planet is like, that has older children, is like, shocker. Oh, so Nora just proved my point. The teenagers are pretty much off on their own today. Isn't one in college and 2 at boarding school? Exactly, Nora. So Nora, like me, thinks that that means it's easy peasy chicken squeezy. It's not easy cheesy chicken squeezy. It's hardy smarties chicken snarty. You know what's hard is when they're in your space. I'm trying to have the phone so you can see the pretty sunset all at the same time. The hard part about when they're not in your space is that you can't control them. Worried stress, is that what it is? Or not even control them, but you're not there to micromanage everything. I just thought it's easy. PJs already. Well, no, I'm in the PJs from yesterday. And I had a very big day planned. Big, big day. Full of good, fun things. I was going to go to church for the opening day picnic. I was going to take Amos to church. I was going to go tonight to the EYC potluck dinner to talk about the year with the teenagers, because even though mine are off at school, they still come home. Look at that. The sky is not, oh, there it is. There's, oh, maybe the pink. The pink is moving. That's what it is. That's why I'm getting confused. I had all these plans, and then I slept through them. Mentally exhausting. Yeah, and I don't know like, is it important? I always feel like sometimes I talk about things that don't really matter. Like, do parents of young children need to know that? I think it would be, helpful to say, where you are now is is amazing in its own right. Just like where I am now, in 10 years, where am I going to be? I'm going to have a 28-year-old, a 27-year-old, a 25-year-old, and a 20-year-old. Actually, maybe I don't need to know about that. It's just mind boggling. And you can't, I got this message that somebody was like, oh, all this stuff's happening at these fraternities, like a pledge. It's in some parent group I'm on at NC State. Somebody had to go to the ER. Somebody, had to eat a frog. Somebody had to do something. Who knows? And you start like, or I do, I like can work myself into a panic. Where was Amos all this time? So Amos was happy as a lark in his little Amos playroom. He had his Legos, his books, and my husband was in and out. Amos is no happier than when he can watch TV, and Amos actually fixed himself a bowl of ice cream, which is a new thing. So see, it's a silver lining. It's better not to know. I don't know. They need hope. But it's good things. I was telling a friend the other day, I was like, when your kids are little, it's so physical. It takes up so much time, and it's physical work, bathing and bedtime and all these things. But when they're big and when they're little, if they have a problem, you know what to do to fix it, right? You're like, well, you need to invite so and so to your birthday party. You do not bite your brother. I mean, these are things that I would say in my house. No throwing food. They're very specific things. It's either yes or no. But with these big kids, they are saying things and asking for assistance. And I don't know the answer. And it is the weirdest thing to feel like I don't even know what to say. Like, how, if somebody is bothering you, like spitting on you, say no. But what if somebody just follows you around and annoys you? How are you not rude? There's no way to not be rude to say to somebody, I don't like you following me around, you know? Boundaries. Well, I think it's hard. Boundaries are just hard in general. Don't eat frogs, right? I just made that up. I don't think that was it. You do the best you can. Well, I don't know if you do the best you can. I just think I don't know. I just find it very interesting to ponder these children and managing things and trying to help them be good, level-headed adults, It's just surprising to me. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. What else has surprised me about teenagers? Well, the other thing that surprised me about teenagers is I had no idea how expensive they would be. I mean, I was telling this woman the other day, she doesn't have children, and she was like, oh, it's so fun. And I was like, okay, I want you to look around. I want you to pick 3 people, and we're going to come stand with you. And now, as of today, you're going to start paying for everything we need and do. We need new Golden Goose shoes. I need a lacrosse stick. I need a field hockey stick. I need a car. My oil needs changed. I need gas. Do you have money for books? Can you reimburse me for dinner? Can you pay me back for the money that I spent to check my suitcase on the flight you bought me? That's like having adult children or teenage children. So when I just slept for like 24 hours, I had all these nightmares. And it was about my dad giving me money. And he gave me $5,470 to pay for our homeowner's insurance for our house. In the dream, okay? This is a dream. Just remembering this. And you know what I said to him? I said, is that for last year? Because this year's due. And I was like, there's never enough. You had three in college at the same time as a single mom. Well, I mean, you at that point, I think you would have to be like, I have no money. Good luck. Sell drugs. No, I don't know. I hate to tell you, but the money doesn't stop. I'm sure it doesn't, because last week I asked my mother, and I'm 49, can you go get Thomas a tuxedo shirt? And it wasn't about the money as much as it was her picking out the tuxedo shirt. But then she said, we sent him to do it. And he didn't ask me for a reimbursement. So I'm assuming they might have bought the tuxedo shirt. Your kids had jobs. Well, that's good. I had jobs too, but I still cost a lot of money. You can't protect them from everybody. Yeah, maybe that's a big part of it. You think like I am going to be able to, I don't know. Yes, Leanne, your mom told me that. And that was so sweet. My mother would always take me to take my kids to buy school supplies. Are you near Lake Wiley? No, I am near the Albemarle Sound. And I had jobs to pay for things, but it never was enough to like really pay for everything. Honor. No, my dad, when he was in college, he washed his dishes for meals. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he washed dishes. And then in the summer, he would have a construction job. In that summer construction job, he said he would make more than his dad as an IRS agent. So my papa worked for the IRS, and he was able to get his sons these good summer jobs because I guess they didn't want to get audited. This boat coming in. Pretty. I think that's the Cox family, if I had to guess. And that money that he made in the summer would pay for the whole year of school tuition. You couldn't make money now in the summer to pay for a whole year of school. You know? I don't think. Or I couldn't. You spent your money on cigarettes. No, I spent my parents' money on cigarettes. I had a gas card. And a gas card was used for all things food, gas, cigarettes, beer, whatever. My children don't have gas cards because I'm too smart for that. What else do I not know about teenagers? Well, anyway, I wish life was more like a pick a path book. Because in a pick a path book, you can pick your path, and then you're like, that didn't really work out. I'm going to go back and read again. Where with these children, there's one path, you're sort of picking it. And then at the end, you're like, did I pick the right path? I think that's a hard part for me, is that I struggle not to second guess the choices I've made and the choices I've made for them. Like for us, like they go to boarding school. Is that the right thing to do? Would it have been better if they hadn't? I don't know. or my son's at NC State. Is that the school he should have gone to? Because if he hadn't gone to boarding school, would he have gone to Harvard? I don't know. I struggle with not going backwards, and I think that's not a good slope to go down. I think it's really, I really do think that's a bad habit that I have. The waves, moon. It's like we need to just say, here's where we are today, and here's where we're going. We can't go backwards, you know? We gotta go inside and give. Look at the views, even prettier on the windows. Here to realize, my husband just, because we have a cat that loves to catch bunnies. You've already eaten. Give our 10-year-old medicine. Why would boarding school make it harder to get into college? Because when you're at boarding school, you're with a lot of people from all over the world that are hand selected to be good students, right? So you might have been the really good student at home, but now you're at a school where, you know, thousands are applying for 100 spots. So suddenly they base the decision on grades and smarts. So your kids might be smart in like the great big, you know, crock pot. But when it comes time to people from all over the country, or the boy that was number one in my son Thomas's class, I mean, he took AP Calculus in the 8th grade. Well, I think my children are geniuses, but they ain't taking any AP Calculus in the 8th grade. So then you're applying to college with people, and when you apply to, let's say, Harvard, well, now you're applying against people, and Harvard's going to say, well, these 12 applied, and they're going to look at my children and be like, I'm just using Harvard. We're not Harvard material, but like, these people are not coming to Harvard, you know, because they did not take AP Calculus. Small fish in a big pond boarding school. Yes, that's it. And that's not the point of going to boarding school. Boarding school is not to get into a good college. And it was like that when I went. It's like surgery. Why didn't your kids in boarding school take AP classes? So Paisley, most boarding schools don't have AP classes. They have advanced classes, which my kids did take when they could. But again, if you live in Eastern North Carolina and you don't have access to AP Calculus in the 8th grade, you're probably not going to take the same advanced classes that the one taking the AP Calculus did, you know? So it's kind of, it's the way it goes. There's no little tricks on that. You're having trouble getting to subscriber pages on our computers, but not on your phones. Oh, well, that's good, because I live on the phone. Your son, I think my son Thomas is loving NC State. There's something, it's more me that's like, is this right? I don't know. You have to start your own nonprofit in high school. Well, that is the darn truth. It does feel like that, doesn't it? So anyway, but good question. I mean, I think that's a good question. Thank you. Okay, come here. Let's take your medicine. What? Okay. How about a cheeseburger? Okay. Fruit Loop marshmallows and a cheeseburger. Here. And then we gotta go. We were with him this weekend, and he was telling us, it smells like ass in here. What is that? I said, dog has been rolling around. And he was saying that I said, how's your swim class going? And he was like, oh, I'm not taking that class anymore because it was too hard. I couldn't swim in the morning or something. And he switched to fitness walking. Fitness walking. And then told my husband, he was like, I think I might do it pass fail. And I thought my husband was going to have a heart attack. He was like, if you can't get an A in fitness walking, then I have concerns about you. I mean, what in the hell? Fitness walking. Ew, golly. There's so many comments. I can't even read them all. Yeah, I mean, he was seriously concerned. Like, he brought it up several times afterwards. I think, what I want most for my children is I want them to be kind and nice and inclusive. And I want them to be happy. And I want them to understand that an education and work helps them get to where they're going, and where they're going is where they want to be. And so that's important to me. And it's funny, I don't know if my children will end up living in Edenton or North Carolina or Eastern North Carolina. You just want them to navigate the world in a good way. Oh, welcome, Karen. Or I do. I think that's really important. My son chose a fraternity. And I'm not allowed to say what it is because he said the other day when we went to pick him up at school, he was like, oh my Facebook is reconnecting. Oh shoot, the dad who does some sort of exercise every day. Oh, it's not connecting. I tell you what, I like YouTube way better than I like. YouTube is better than Facebook, FYI, for all the people that just got tossed off Facebook. What was I saying? Now I can't remember. Fraternities. And he was like, I do not want the fraternity to know that you have a blog. Do not say anything about the fraternity. Do not mention the fraternity. Do nothing about the fraternity until I'm done pledging. Because that would be, I can't remember what he said, a terrible thing for him. So I'm not allowed to talk about that. But anyway, when I said, how did you choose this fraternity? He was like, when I walked in, this is his exact statement. When I walked in to the fraternity house, everyone stood up and was nice. They were really inclusive. And I was like, wow, now that is important. I love that that's what he loved. Not they were cool, just nice. How long does pledging last? I thought it was like 4 weeks, but my husband says it's like 8. This could go on for years. This is the big page. Yes, I'm doing a subscriber video in 5 minutes on the a member videos. Oh, great, Melissa. Subscriber video at 8 o'clock. Well, I'll try to get Amos in the shower, into bed. Long time to pledge. I don't know if that's accurate. That's just what my husband said. And what does he know? I mean, he probably doesn't know either, to be honest. This is a big week. We have a big week involved around here. Today is Sunday. We have Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, I have an amazing person coming to my house for a meet and greet. Have I bought anything for the meet and greet? No. Have I sent out an invitation for the meet and greet? No. Have I done anything for the meet and greet? No, 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 no. The trifecta nights are now going to be Tuesday nights, Janet, for all the people wondering about the trifectas. And it is my page, Tuesday night. And yes, it is the presidential debate. But before you go going crazy, the debate starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, and the trifecta video is at 8 p.m. Eastern. So get a hold of yourselves, and if you have to watch 8 hours before the debate, then I guess you're not watching the trifecta video. So hold it a minute. On Wednesday night, I have Mo Green coming to Edenton to my house. And I am really excited. He's running for North Carolina State Superintendent. And if you are anywhere in the vicinity and you want to come over and have yourself a bite of pimento cheese and a sip of lemonade and meet Mo Green, I hope you will come over. Bonnie heard that the debate started at 8 p.m. Well, Bonnie, I don't know what to tell you, but you heard wrong. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes, it does. I checked. Will YouTube people miss the after group on the trifecta? You know, Tammy, I have not gotten that far, so I don't know yet what I'm going to do about that. These are all things I have to get organized before Tuesday night. How do you upgrade your membership? I don't know. I feel fairly certain if you Google how to upgrade membership, you'll be able to. But probably if you click on the member hub in YouTube. Post it afterward. Oh, that's a good idea. I could do that. Yes, because what we usually do, Carrie Cariello, Kate Swinson, and myself, last year we did videos on Sunday nights. So this year they're going to be on Tuesday nights because that seems to be better for everybody, particularly Kate, who has a bunch of small children. And we take turns. So one week it's on somebody's page, the next week it's on somebody else's page. Well, it's starting on my page this year, the kickoff year. And my plan, well, I don't know, it'll be on Facebook or YouTube. I'll have to keep you informed. Carry on, subscribers, see you in a minute.